The functions f and g are defined by their respective domains, whereby f of x equals root 2x minus 5 for x greater than or equal to 2.5, g of x is 10 over x for real values of x with x non-zero. State the range of f, find f composite g of x, solve the equation f composite g of x equals 5. The inverse of f is f minus 1. Find f minus 1 and solve the equation f minus 1x equals 7. So let's have a little look at this then. State the range of f. Here's a square root function bigger than or equal to 2.5. If you put 2.5 in here, you get 5. 5 minus 5 is 0, so it starts from 0. And as x increases, these values will naturally increase, won't they? So part A, this will correspond to all the numbers bigger than or equal to 0. And it includes 0, so it's bigger than or equal to 0. Okay, so part B now. Find f composite g. So f composite g of x is equal to f of g of x. G of x is 10 over x, isn't it? So it's f of 10 over x. And f is root 2x minus 5. So it's the square root of, the square root of, get it right in a minute, square root of 2x minus 5. And our input value of x is 10 over x. So that's equal to the square root of 20 over x minus 5. Okay, that's f composite g. Solve f composite g equals 5 then. This is part 2. So square root of 20 over x minus 5 equals 5. So square both sides then. 20 over x minus 5 is equal to 25. That's squared. Square both sides. And that tells us then that 20 over x is equal to, move the 5 over to be with the 25 to make 30. Invert the fraction, x over 20 then is equal to 1 over 30. And now lastly, move the 20 up to be on top from divide to times. 20 over 30 is 2/3, so x equals 2/3. So we've done that then. Now part C, part 1, find the inverse of f. So C, part 1. So first of all, y is equal to the square root of 2x minus 5. Square both sides then. Y squared equals 2x minus 5. Move the minus 5 over. So 2x will equal y squared plus 5. And then move the 2 from times to divide. Y squared over 2 plus 5 over 2. And now swap the symbols. So this would then be y, in other words it's the inverse function, and this would be x, so it's x squared over 2 plus 5 over 2. There's the inverse function, and it's defined on the range of f, isn't it? And we had the range of f in part A for x bigger than or equal to 0. So that's what it's defined on then. Okay, let's see part 1. Now part 2. So when does this range, this inverse function? Part 2. Solve f minus 1x equals 7. So here x squared over 2 plus 5 over 2 is equal to 7. X squared over 2. This is 14 over 2. Take away 5 over 2 is 9 over 2. So that tells us that x squared is 9. And that tells us that x is equal to, now the domain of f minus 1 is positive, so we take the positive square root, x equals 3. So we've solved that, f minus 1 of x.